Hello everyone, welcome to the video. I'm going to be doing a review for Hyper Phoenix sleeves that have been sent to me by KMC alongside some other sleeves that I plan to be reviewing in future videos. But for now we're going to be focusing on the Hyper Phoenixes. So these at the front straight away say our most durable sleeve ever. So does that hold up to the expectation? Are they the most durable sleeve, and do they have that smooth shuffling feel that they say at the top? Well, let's find out. So what have I done for the past month or so, ever since I was back from Vietnam? I sleeved up my Viscerai deck and I've been playing it a lot because I was planning to continue to practice Viscerai and play it in general, but unfortunately it has hit Living Legend now, and I've been playing this for about 50 or so games the past a month or so, and the first thing that I straight away notice is that even though I've played these a lot, these did not really get that dirty as my other sleeves do. Like if I compare this to something like a Dragon Shield, for example, they get gunk all over the corners even after just like 1 week of use, but these I've used them for ages and ages and they just seem to have stayed mostly clean. So of course these sleeves have been going through quite a bit of wear and tear. Like I said, I've been playing with them for about 50 games or so. So you will see some little bit of like edge wear here and there because of all the shuffling that I've been doing with this, especially with a game, with a deck like Viscerai where you are doing a significant amount of shuffling with things like the Sonata Mechanics as well as to become the Arcanite that make you search your deck and then shuffle some more. But they are in a surprisingly good condition. So in terms of durability, I feel like these sleeves have lasted me much longer than pretty much of any of the other brands that I've tried in recent years. Like the Dragon Shields, for the most part, like after 2 weeks worth of events, especially with my clammy hands, like look at those clammy hands. I don't know, can I get that into the light? Like see that glitter? My hands are just clammy as general. They are sweaty and sleeves tend to get dirty very easily. Because of that, I tend to need to replace my sleeves after just about 2 weeks of use. But I think with this brand I can probably get at least 1.5 months worth of use out of them, which is a huge money saver because a huge chunk of my monthly income goes to buying new sleeves to sleeve up all my decks. And with these sleeves I don't think I'm gonna have that much of an issue doing that, which is a huge plus in general. So when it comes to corner things and stuff like that, I've been shuffling these a lot, and I've had one sleeve split on me in the entire pack. That's both for this deck and another deck that I've been playing as well. I put my all-team deck in the second half of this box, and I've only had one of them split on me. The rest of them has been fine. There are some that have some very slight corner things here and there, but that's pretty much about it. So all in all, I'm very satisfied with these. Of course, the shuffle feel of these, even though on the box it says that they have smooth shuffling, the shuffle feel is a little bit worse than things like Dragon Shields. You do need to put a bit more pressure to get your cards in there when you shuffle them. To me personally, that's not a big issue, but I do know some people that don't quite like decks that don't just slide into itself easily. The reason why I kind of prefer to have a little bit of resistance when I shuffle these like this is because if it's like this, when you hold your deck, you can just hold your deck from any size, space, whatever. Nothing happens, right? Also, when you put it on your playmat, if you push it and stuff, your deck doesn't go all over the place, which is something that I've had quite an issue with the Dragon Shields. If you hold your Dragon Shield sleeves a little bit wrong like this, whoop, and they fly all over the place. This is what Dragon Shields do. This is something that has happened to me at tournaments when trying to put my pitch cards to the bottom, or I picked my deck up in the wrong way. Especially in Constructed, if you've put your sideboard into your deck is quite big, or if you're playing something like Commander and you have a giant deck. Like these things, one wrong push and they are all over the place. Whereas with the KMCs, if you have these in your hand, you can push all you want. It's not gonna fly. You need to really squeeze very hard. There we go. To finally have these fly out like that, which is something that I am quite happy with, that these kind of stick together like this. At the off trade, of course, that you don't have that silky smooth feel like the Dragon Shields do. Like, look at this, the Dragon Shields are just so so smooth in being able to go into each other, but also so smooth to go all over the place if you just make one small miss move like that, which is something that you're not gonna have issues with the KMCs. So all in all, I'm very happy with the sleeves. Are they going to be my go-to brand going forward? They might actually. They might, because I think for decks that I don't plan to play too much, and to blitz decks in general, I'm probably gonna stick with Dragon Shields for like the smaller decks. But when it comes to my constructed decks, simply because these don't fly all over the place, I am very tempted to buy a bunch of these and sleeve all my decks that I plan to play over a long extended period of time up in these, as well as things like my Magic the Gathering Modern decks and Legacy decks, simply because they just feel durable. There's just something about them, like when I feel it just feels more sturdy than the Dragon Shields in general. Like the Dragon Shields sometimes, like you can see that bend there, they feel a little bit flimsy in comparison, whereas with this stuff, yeah, they also have a bit of bend here and there. It's just not as much. I just feel very comfortable and very confident that these can keep your cards a lot safer than most of the other brands out there, even if it's just by a small margin. And the main selling point, of course, is that our most durable sleeve part, which means that if you sleeve it up in here, you're probably not gonna have to re-sleeve for quite some time. You just put the cards in there, and these are gonna last you for quite some time, and that's not an exaggeration. That's almost a promise at this point, because look at them, like they are in such a good condition after all the wear and tear that I've put these through. Very happy with these. I'm going to be testing things like the Hyper Mats as well that KMC sent over to me. These used to be my go-to brand all the way back in the day when I used to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I always played Hyper Mats. I didn't play any other brand. I loved Hyper Mats, and I always kept on using these before I discovered that Dragon Shields are also kind of good. But I want to see if the Hyper Mats are still as good as they used to be, and see if they are up to the quality standards that I want my sleeves to be in general. I will cover those in a future video. In the meantime, I'm going to continue. I'm probably gonna re-sleeve these with a different blitz deck, and then continue to put these to the test, shuffling them in events and doing my best to ruin these over the course of 200 games or so. And then once I've done, I might do a follow-up video just to see how bad these get in the long run. But they are really good value for money, I have to say. Like they just last forever. Very good product, KMC. I'm a big fan of it. The only thing you can improve on is the shuffle feel. If you can make them maybe a tiny bit smoother, like not too smooth, because like I said, then you get that issue with your card flying all over the place, then I think there might be more people that are into this product. But other than that, very good product, very solid, and I can highly recommend it. I think in terms of quality, cleanliness, this has a 5 out of 5 for sure. Durability is definitely a 5 out of 5. These are the most durable sleeves that I've used up until now. In terms of the shuffle feel, unfortunately I will give it a 3.5 out of 5. They shuffle nicely, they shuffle well, just not as smooth as the Dragon Shields do. And even though that I personally kind of prefer that, I know that a lot of people like to have that smoothy shuffle feel, so we need to be honest about that in general. But really good sleeves, very happy with it, and if you see these anywhere, definitely pick them up. You're gonna be happy with these. Anyways, that's all from me. If you would like to support me, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment. And if you want me to review a different sleeve or binder product, feel free to let me know, and I will look into that very, very soon. Anyways, take care.